Okay, welcome back again to the Core 4 podcast. If you saw the last video I just posted, we just did the whole Eastern Conference for the playoffs, and now we're going to do the West. Same format. We'll each say what we think. We'll give our predictions on who's going to win the series, give a little background, and then move on. Hopefully a little faster this time, because the last one was a little longer than I thought it was going to be. All right.
Yeah.
What do we start with? Let's start with Edmonton and LA.
Okay. That's a tough one.
Whoever wants to start, feel free.
I'll start. I am going to say Edmonton 7 games.
Spider.
But that was not easy.
Oh man,
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna say Kings in 7.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, well, I have Edmonton in 6. I don't have this going 7, but I do have Edmonton in 6. I don't know. I think this is another series where goaltending is just gonna
For sure,
be the biggest factor. I mean,
for sure.
that, and if the Kings shut down Connor McDavid, maybe they have more of a chance. But I mean, in my opinion, I don't think the Oilers lose this series. I mean,
not only do you have McDavid, their highest goal scorer, I actually checked this out before. It was actually Zach Hyman.
yes, Zach Hyman.
Yeah,
I mean, I have my own opinions on that. I don't think Zach Hyman is a bad hockey player. I'm going to start with that. But I think if he wasn't playing with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, he wouldn't be the leading scorer.
yeah.
So,
that's good
but
chemistry
still,
there, though.
But still, that means that they all have players who are going to contribute, like McDavid, like Draisaitl, like Hyman. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, I just feel like the Oilers have the better goaltending. I feel like they're deeper. I feel like
They do have
it's going to be
good goal scoring.
Just like in Toronto, it's going to how Toronto has the Matthews show. Edmonton it's going to be all about the McDavid show. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I like the Kings because as of late, of course, I think the Kings are one of those teams every year you can't really know if they're going to be good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
Some years they're like, oh man, these guys stink, and I think as of late they've been getting a lot better. But for the last couple of years, it's been they're either going to suck or they're going to be really good. And I just think the Kings definitely have been playing to a sort of level that they're maybe not used to, but it's a good thing. They're playing good hockey. Goaltending is doing really good. I think both their goalies right now, have above 900 right now for save percentage.
I think they're. I feel like they're both. I feel like they're both. I could be very wrong here, but I feel like they're both in the top 10. No. For save percentage this year.
Well, Edmonton has Stuart Skinner.
Yeah, Stuart Skinner. He's number 5. He's got a 905. And a 262 goals against. And Cam Talbot is 11th. So.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was not ranked the right way. Hold on. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to go by that because they have 2 goalies at the very top who've played 1 game. So they have a 1.0 save percentage. So I'm not going to go by that. But, they both have over 900 save percentage, so.
I definitely think the Kings, that's why I said, I think 7 games, and I think that's why we all said 6-7, just because they're both good teams this year. They both have shown, they can play good hockey. Of course, Edmonton, are they going to go far? Probably not, because they don't normally.
I should point out, when it comes to power play, Edmonton has the edge. When it comes to penalty kill, the Kings have the edge. I was
just about to bring that up, actually. I have it pulled up right here.
And when it comes to just scoring, Edmonton, and then defense, LA. So
that's what I was going to... Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up next. That this is going to be a really tight series just because, Edmonton's 4th in the league on the power play with 26.3%, and LA is 12th with 22.6%. But then again, like Justin just said, if you flip it, LA is 2nd in the league on the penalty kill with 84.6%, and Edmonton is 15th with 79.5%. So, again, that's probably Looking at the other ones, other than maybe Dallas and Vegas, I think that's probably going to be the tightest series that we're going to have.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
the
sure.
West is good. The West is really good. Like,
Yeah.
as much as I hate to say it, I could genuinely see the Cup coming out of the West.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, honestly, bias aside, I think the only real contenders in the East are probably the Rangers and the Hurricanes, and the Panthers are, like, right there.
Yeah.
But the West, I mean, you got the Stars. I mean,
Vegas.
the Vegas, I mean, what were they? They were the second wild card, but, I mean, you can never count Vegas out.
No.
I mean, Jets and
Of
the
course.
Avs, Canucks and the Predators. Predators have been hot. We'll get to them, obviously.
Yeah. Really hot.
And
Yeah.
then Oilers and Kings. I mean, like, it's going to be tight this year.
Yep.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts?
I just think the Kings have sort of like as of recently just have a lot of grit playing. Like they're just strong hockey, and I think that's probably what's gonna be the. Like, I don't think it's gonna be any like blowouts in the games. I think it is gonna be like close one goal, maybe even
Mhm.
some overtimes in there for
Mhm.
sure. But I just think the Kings have a little bit more of an edge just because of how they've been playing recently.
No, yeah, I agree with that 100%. Good. So we got Oilers in 6.
I got Oilers in 7.
And I have Kings in 7.
All right. All right, on to the next. We'll go with Vancouver and Nashville. I have... This one was really, really tricky for me.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, I think Vancouver's a really good team, but I think the Predators are so hot right now that if they keep that going through the playoffs, they could be dangerous. But I have Vancouver in 7.
Oh, you have it much different from me. I put Vancouver in 5. That might be stretching a little bit, but
I don't know.
I have the Preds in 6.
I originally had Vancouver in 6, but I made a note that I'm changing it to 7 because of how hot the Predators have been. I don't know. This was probably one of the more tricky series for me.
It's honest. I don't really like. I don't want to say either one way. Like it's one of those series. Like you don't like. It's.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love to see the Predators knock off the Canucks. I think that would be a crazy upset, and I would love to see it. But I don't know. I feel like whenever you put that one, like, a series can go 7, you're not that confident with the team that you're picking, and I don't know who I would honestly pick. I think if I had to put money on it right now, life or death, I think I would pick the Canucks.
To me, this game right here is sort of how the Cup last year was, like the final with Florida and Vegas. Like I loved both teams. I didn't care who won because I was like they're both playing good hockey. I like them both. Like this is one of those matches where like they're both, especially the Preds, on fire recently. They're both playing really good hockey. I want to say Preds still, but I just don't know. I don't know who to choose here.
Yeah. Well, not for nothing. The Canucks are 11th in the league on the power play with 22.7%, and Nashville's 16th with 21.6. The
I also looked at
PK is not much better.
Oh, PK is not good. They're
PK is
22nd.
not much better. Vancouver is 17th with a 79.1, and Nashville's 22nd
Second, yeah.
with 76.9. So, I mean, a high scoring, fast, high scoring series. I don't know. I still think it's Vancouver in 7.
Their penalty
Vancouver though.
are about the
Vancouver
same
though
too,
is
really.
5th in defense,
Are they?
and also they also have a
that.
really good goaltender tandem. They have Thatcher Demko, who's really stepped up this year, and they have Casey DeSmith, who really stepped up when Demko got hurt.
Right, but is Demko back now?
He's back.
Okay.
Yeah,
So not that it's going to
And
matter that
the
much.
Canucks
Oh,
do
I
have some
do
good
see
goal
that.
scorers.
Yeah.
I'd say JT Miller is probably their best goal
JT
scorer.
Miller, I loved him as a Ranger, and I never wish we got rid of him, but he took off this year. He's been playing out of his mind this year. I think he was their top goal scorer. I think you just said that. Him, Elias Pettersson.
I will say too,
Even
like
Brock Besser.
Brock
What about
Besser.
Besser?
They picked up Lindholm from
Lindholm,
Calgary. I think, you know what? I hate to do this. I think I am going to change it back to 6 because I didn't know that Demko was back. I'll go back to 6. I think Demko would prevent it from going 7.
see, to me, like I'm gonna probably stick with the Preds because looking at like all the defensemen like points and goals this season, Roman Josi, he's top 5 for points, goals, assists. Like he's been granted, of course, as we said, one player is not going to be the difference, but
Right.
when you look at the Predators, their top 5 guys, I guess top 4 guys in terms of points, 94, 85, 75, and 69. Like
Who's
not
their
they
top
have a
goal
lot
scorer?
of Forsberg.
Oh, of course, it's Forsberg. Yeah, I mean, but you got
So,
Philip
like,
Forsberg.
Like I definitely think like it's gonna be a fight. This is another. I don't think it's gonna be any blowouts, no sweeps or anything. I really don't know if I want to go with Vancouver or Nashville.
Well, I'm gonna lock in Vancouver. I don't think. Again, I feel like Nashville's hot. They could take it, but I'm gonna stick with Vancouver in 6.
I'm actually going to change it to Vancouver in 6 because
I'm
I
gonna.
think Preds would put up some sort of a fight.
I think I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay with the Preds in 6. I have faith. I'm just
All right,
maybe
well, I
going
mean,
with a little bit of underdog right now, but
none of us have them in 7. I mean, I did originally, but I didn't know that Thatcher Demko was back, so that's on me.
Yep.
That's my bad. But we'll see what happens. Next, we're gonna go to Winnipeg and Colorado.
That's a tough one.
Spider,
I'm going with.
Oh.
Or actually, I'll let Spider go first.
Spider's
No,
got
I'll go
the
last.
Colorado.
he's got the swag on. He wants to go last.
yeah,
Justin,
I got the swag on. So
Justin, you go first.
All right, Colorado in 7.
I also
That's
have.
that's gonna be a
Colorado
tough
in 7.
one.
I also have Colorado in 7.
yeah, I would Colorado in 7. I originally said 6, but I was looking around. I think it's gonna be a close one. I think 7 for sure.
And it sucks because I really like the Jets this year. I've been high on the Jets all year, and I think obviously it's no surprise to anybody. Connor Hellebuck has been playing out of his mind.
Yes, sir.
Like locked in Vezina in my opinion. But I don't know. I feel like the Avalanche are just they're gonna stun them. I mean, like don't get me wrong. We look at Winnipeg, right?
Yep.
And we look at their goal scorers for this year. If it'll pull up, please. Mark Scheifele's got 72 points. Morrissey's got 69. Kyle Connor has 61, right?
Yep.
I mean, Ehlers has 61. They picked up Monahan at the deadline, which was huge. He has 59.
Yep.
They picked up Toffoli, who has 55.
Yep.
I mean, they have a lot of firepower.
They do.
But I just, I
the
don't
Avs
know. I
also
can't
have good firepower.
I can't.
I mean, you got
you read down that list.
Rantanen.
You read down that list of Jets players, right? Like I just did: Scheifele, Morrissey, Connor, Ehlers, Monahan, Toffoli, Perfetti, right? I feel like on paper you put them next to the Colorado Avalanche with Nathan McKinnon, who had 140 points this year, by the way.
Yep.
Mikko Rantanen, who had 104. Yep. Cale Makar, a defenseman, who had 90. Middlestad, Drouin, I mean Nichushkin, Lehkonen, I just don't see how you beat this team. I really don't.
I should also mention Colorado's first in scoring. They are the top scoring team in the league.
Or they have
Winnipeg has the second best defense in the league.
I think
so. It's really going to be tough there.
I think the only thing that screws over Colorado at the end of the day is Alexander Georgiev.
I actually am gonna say I think that makes their chances better. Georgiev has actually been on a hot streak lately. I think as of now, I think he is I think he's for goalies right now. I think he's number 1 in terms of just overall stats right now.
He has been playing better. He has been playing better as of late.
Yeah, he had the most wins in the league, just above Hellebuck by 1.
Right. But Hellebuck has a 239 goals against and a 921 save percentage, which is absurd. Georgiev has a
has an
302 goals against and an 897. You're not going far in the playoffs with an 897, with a goalie who has an 897 save percentage. But I will say he has been playing well lately, but I feel like if the Avalanche are going to lose a series, whether it's to the Jets or they move on, they lose to whoever, or they make it all the way to the finals, Georgiev is going to be their kryptonite.
I agree. I think, but I also like he's playing well enough when you pair him with the defense that Colorado has and how good they are. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Maybe later down the line when they start getting a little bit more tired, later if they do make it past the first round, further in the playoffs, maybe he's going to be the sort of like the kryptonite that ruins Colorado's chances. But I think with how good he is playing, he's not playing, good as Hellebuck, but he's also not the worst goalie, right? Like he's doing fairly good on top of Colorado's defense and just overall Colorado being able to play all around solid hockey. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal for him.
I think another one of their saving graces is that Colorado's 5th in the league on the power play.
Yeah.
Yep.
Winnipeg's all the way down there at 22.
Oof.
Hold on, we're going to have to pause really quick. I'm getting a phone call. So, what are the final predictions we got?
I think
I'm going to say
all
Avs
said,
in 7.
All of us had
said
Avs.
Avs in 7.
All right.
Avs in 7.
Yep.
Next up, we have, finally, last but not least, Dallas and Vegas.
I'm going to say Dallas in 6.
You have Dallas in 6, Spider?
Yep.
I'd say probably Dallas in 5.
All right, I have Dallas in 6. So we're all on the Dallas Stars train, I see.
I don't think it's the Knights' year. They've been streaky all year.
Yes.
We were talking about that a couple weeks ago, how they're like not playing as good of hockey as the Knights normally have recently.
Right. At the same time, though, I feel like the Knights are so dangerous. Like, I just feel like they can just, like, I don't know.
They're definitely. I will say that
they
they're
can
sort of
really stun the Stars. I think like they did it last year, but like everybody knew they were going to go to the finals. Everybody kind of had that feeling that they were going to go to the finals. But I don't know, man. I feel like
I think in that term, maybe not stunning, because I think like going back to the Eastern, of course the Rangers are probably going to beat the Capitals. But I think the correct me if I'm wrong. I think the Rangers and the Vegas are the two teams where if they get hot, stay out of their way. Like
yeah,
Vegas when they're clicking and they're moving along, they know how to play good hockey. Like,
I don't think anybody wants to play Vegas in the first round.
No.
Yeah,
and even
really
a good
don't.
team like Dallas, I mean, look at like you think, oh, wild card, it's Vegas, maybe they're not going to be that good, and then boom, right out the gates, Vegas is aggressive on on the attack, good puck control, just good, staying on attack for as long as they can, just quality shots on goal. Like that's probably why they're so good. They don't just take these like shots. They're pretty calculated as a team to take good shots. Like, I think that's partly why they're such a good team.
I think too. I mean, like you look at guys like Marchessault ended the year with 69 points. Eichel had 68. Carlson had 60. Mark Stone's been injured, but he played 56 games this season. He has 53 points. He's almost a point per game, and he's coming back. I mean, they have Hannafin now. They picked up Anthony Mantha. I mean, Barbashev is always like.
They got Hurdle.
They got Tomas Hurdle. Yep.
I think those are all like really good pieces that help. Maybe not solidify them winning the cup this year, but definitely I think maybe get some upsets. Maybe go further than what a lot of people think. Because like you said, last year, I think everyone was like, I think they're winning the cup this year. Everyone just sort of had that feeling. This year, I don't think a lot of people are like, hey, they're a little slow. They're not as like explosive as they were last year. But I definitely think people know not to, because of last season. I think people know not to just overlook Vegas.
Yeah, no, I agree. The other thing is too their goaltending. I mean, they have Logan Thompson. He was 25 and 14 with a 270 goals against, 908 save percentage, and Aiden Hill not far behind. He played 35 games. He was 19 and 12. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
19, 12 and 2. Logan Thompson was 25, 14 and 5. Aiden Hill had a 271 goals against and a 909 save percentage. So they're practically the same goalie, which means it's another one of those. It's another one of those. I mean, maybe not as good, but it's another one of those Boston tandems where they can put either of those goalies in, and they have a shot at winning.
Yeah.
The thing, though, with Vegas, their special teams are not really that good. They're like, to put this in perspective, Vegas is one place under the Islanders on the power play.
Yes, on the power play. I did notice that before.
And on the penalty kill, they're also middle of the pack.
Yeah.
And Dallas is higher. They're on the power play, they're 6th, and on the penalty kill, they're 8th.
8th, yeah.
Right, I see that.
So Vegas needs to stay out of the box.
That's another reason I don't think you can really count. I mean, I don't think you can really put Vegas in like a winning conversation unless, again, they just happen to stun the Stars and totally just walk them.
Yeah.
But even then, the way the Stars have been playing all year long, they're another team just like the Rangers, where they've just been playing this high intensity, high level hockey all season long, and they're not going to let off the gas now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dallas is third in scoring.
I think Vegas can put a speed bump out for them and slow them down a little bit, but at the end of the day, I don't think Vegas wins this one. I'm going to stick with Dallas in 6.
The only way that I could see Vegas winning is if they win 2 games somehow back to back and they get that momentum and they get that fire going. If they win 2 games, I think it's over for Dallas.
I think I'll do you one better. I think if they win those first 2 games on the road, I think Dallas could be done pretty quick. I don't see how, if you're Vegas, I don't see how you go into enemy territory and take the first 2 games on the road and then go back home and not take at least one of those games and then put Dallas in a really tricky spot going into game 5 up 3-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Then obviously I'll, go back on what I've been saying this whole time about how I don't think Vegas would be able to win this series, but until I see that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is probably the series to watch in the West. But then I look back at the Jets and the Avs.
Every series in the West, they're all to watch, like, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I mean,
I definitely think Dallas is going to win for sure. But like I said, like if something happens, Vegas ends up winning those first 2 on the road. They get hot, like Vegas normally does whenever they do some sort of upset like this. I think this is done if they get hot. But if they don't, I just see Dallas sort of doing their thing and winning.
Yep. All right, so what did we all have? Dallas in 6?
Yep, Dallas in 6.
All right. So, we would then have, moving on to the next round, we would have Dallas and Colorado, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was it? Vancouver and Edmonton were the 2 consensus ones?
Yeah.
But those 2 we were all kind of torn on. I mean,
yeah.
But still, I think the overall majority vote was Vancouver.
Because I think both you, Justin, said Edmonton, and you guys both said Vancouver too.
Yeah.
And I said the Preds and the Kings.
Don't get me wrong. I love an upset. So,
if an upset could happen, I think it would probably be out of all these, I guess just staying within the Western.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, I think Vegas would be an upset.
Yes.
Maybe not really.
Vegas would be a huge upset.
I would say yes and no, just because everyone knows if Vegas gets hot, they're hot.
Yep.
Yeah. I think statistically, ranking wise,
it would be
1 against 8.
upset.
That's a huge upset. Yeah.
But I also think too another upset would probably be the Kings.
Really, I felt the opposite actually. I felt like
Really?
if it's not going to be the Vegas one, I think Nashville would be a bigger upset. Beating Vancouver.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. I just think like because everyone is like, oh, the Oilers have such a good team this year. They got people who a lot of assists. Connor McDavid,
Connor McDavid
overall a
hitting
good
100
team this year.
assists.
Um, then you have the Kings who still have a pretty good team, but then they go ahead and beat the Oilers and Connor McDavid. I just think that's maybe not stat wise and like rankings wise an upset, but I think in the terms of like what everyone expects Edmonton to do, I think it would be an upset.
Yeah. Justin, any upsets out of the West
Upsets out of the West
that,
that I
that you could see potentially happening other than Vegas? Because I feel like everybody would just pick Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, besides the Vegas one, I'd say Nashville as well. So, and you guys already put those points across. So,
yeah. I mean, we didn't touch on it in the last video, but I mean, if you had to pick one out of the East, I mean, I already know Justin would like to see the Islanders be the upset. Spider would like to see the Capitals be the upset. But honestly, I think
Tampa would be the upset.
Statistically, where they placed, yeah. But like again, with all the points I made, like I do feel like Tampa Bay is Florida's kryptonite, just like Boston is Toronto's. So I don't know. I don't know. It's tricky this year. I think if anything, as much as I really hate to say this, Spider's shaking his head because he thinks he knows what I'm about to say.
Oh, I'm about to look like an
idiot. I think the Islanders, but that's a long shot. Islanders and Washington are both long shots for me. But,
oh yeah, if somehow the Islanders or the Capitals go on to the second round, something went wrong.
Yeah, no, yeah, multiple things went wrong.
As much as I want us to beat the Rangers, there's literally no way we should.
Yeah.
So, I really don't. That would be again biased. That would be not just because I like the Capitals, but like I think that would be a pretty big upset of us being the President Trophy winners.
Yeah. All right. So next time we will have the full bracket. Yep. So we will see you guys next time.